Hello, my wonderful people. You're welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Edward Amwako, and I'm going to be your instructor for this particular simple flyer. Okay, so in this video, we are going to learn on how to design a conference or a summit flyer. Okay, like this. Very beautiful one, very simple. I'm going to make it short and very simple. Okay, just for you to learn using Photoshop. So please, let's start. Alright guys, so you welcome to Photoshop. Okay, so what I'm using for this design or this tutorial is Photoshop 2021. If you have any other version of Photoshop, it must work. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is to create our new document. So head on to file, or if you are here, just come to create new. Okay, and your document panel or your new document is going to pop up. So we can name this as conference flyer. Okay, just name it as conference flyer. Okay, so we are using the pixels. Okay, pixels, and then 1080 resolution 300. We are designing in color mode of RGB. The background is white. Any other thing, we are okay. Then go ahead and create new. Okay, then this is my workspace. All right, so make sure you bring your rulers. If your rulers are not there, come to view. I've already explained this. These are my rulers. So set my rulers to in between 0 and 1. This one to in between 0 and 100. Okay, then I'm going to set this to this side. All right, I want my design to be in the middle of this. Okay, all right, then the next thing is to set our background. Okay, so I'm adding a solid color. So come to your layer panel. Photoshop uses layers a lot, so pay attention. You come to your layer panel, then you come to adjustment layer. This round thing that you see here, we call it adjustment layer. Click on it and go to gradient. Okay, then with the gradient, click on this. We are using the color. I have set my color code or my color. I'm going to use this particular color. If you want to use the same thing, let me show you. Let me double click this, and this is the color code 00731 0000731. Okay, and then the second color, which is very light blue, is going to be 264293. 264293. Go ahead and click OK. All right, so if you want to save, click on this new here, and it has been saved like this. The same thing, if you want to delete, right click and then delete the gradient. All right, if you want to name it, you can also go ahead and name it. Click on OK. All right, then with the gradient fill, we are going to maintain the style, which is linear. Okay, we don't want to set it to radial or anything. The angle is supposed to be 90, the scale 100. If we are okay with this, go ahead and click OK. Then the next thing that we will bring is to bring our background. Okay, the image. All right, so go to your resource. I will leave a link in the video description. Just click on it to have access to all the resources, the fonts and everything. So I'm bringing this on the Photoshop. So just drag it and bring it onto Photoshop like this, and then you leave it like this. So once you have your picture in Photoshop, we want it to scale. Okay, we want to enlarge it, make it big. So I will enlarge it. Okay, something like this is fine for me. Now bring it up a little bit. So I want it to be like this. I think this is okay for me. All right, you can zoom in. Okay, just for you to have a look at it. Then you come and take this or double click. Then I'm going to set my blending mode or blending option here. Okay, and then you can set it to luminosity. Okay, depending on what you want. Okay, so you can leave it to luminosity, or you can leave it to linear color dodge. Okay, so whichever way that you think you want. Then what I did is I rasterized this particular New York City, the image. I rasterize it, which will give me access to just edit the element or the image. Okay, so I'll go and select my eraser tool or my brush tool. So once you select your brush tool, make sure that we head on to this settings up here. Make sure your size is 800, or you can even reduce it by using your brackets. Okay, then let's use our brackets to make sure that we resize it. Okay, so I think something like this is okay for me. Then I'll brush the edge. Okay, I don't need the edge, so something like this is fine for me. Now I'll go ahead and select my move tool. Then I'll select the opacity to something like 50, which is okay for me. So the next thing that we'll be doing is to just start bringing our text. I'm going to use only one particular font throughout this entire design piece. Okay, so I'm going to set the color to white. I'm going to use Monstrat. I will type in Monstrat there. Okay, so with the Monstrat, I'm going for let me go in for bold, and then the size I'm going to use 6, and let me start typing. Okay, so we are going to type in Invest Ghana Consult. Okay, so here is it, and then you go in for your move tool, you position it well here. I'll copy this, bring it down, and I'm going to type in present. And with the present, I'm not going to use the same bold. I'm going to set it to regular. Okay, and then the size is going to be 5, and then let me position this one too as well, and then I'll copy. So this is copy paste, copy, and the copy is Ctrl J, and this one is going to be financial plus conference / dinner. Okay, financial. So that's it. Now what we will do next is I'm going to set the size to 30. Okay, I'm not going to use the same font, so let's change the name of the font to Heading Pro. Heading Pro is one of the bold fonts that I usually use in my design workspace a lot. Okay, so I'm going to go in for workspace, and then let's reduce the size to somewhere 24, which is quite okay. And then let's close the spacing between the financial. Let me spell the financial very well. Okay, so financial. Okay, all right, let me close the spacing. So go in for your VA. Okay, if your character is not showing, please come up here and then go in for character. Okay, so here is it. If it is not showing, just come to Windows and then go to character. So let's close the gap. The spacing is too much for me. All right, so I want the financial to fill in the line. Okay, the line that I created. So let me click on any edge of this part and then enlarge it, something like this, which is absolutely beautiful for me. And then the next thing is we are going to create the theme. Okay, so let's create the theme, and with a theme, let's select this New York because I want it to be on the New York. Go in for rectangular tool. Okay, select the rectangular tool, and let's draw the rectangle. Very beautiful one. Okay, so something like this is okay. The color is white. Then what we'll do is that I'll cancel this. I don't need the color, but I need the stroke. Okay, so let me give it a stroke of white, and then give the stroke 3, which is quite okay for me. Then I'm going to copy this rectangular shape, go in and select my rectangular shape again, and then this time I'm going to close it here, and then cancel the stroke. I don't need the stroke, and then I'm going to bring back the fill color. Okay, now once you bring back the fill color, then there was a curved shape that I did. I curved one of the edges. You see, rectangle has 4 edges, so I curved one of the edges. For you to do that, go to your properties. Okay, if your property is not showing, come to Windows and then look in for properties. Here is it. Okay, so once the properties pop up, scroll down, make sure that it is on appearance. Then you see this 1 2 3, this 4 corners. Make sure you take this thumbnail here, click this, and then you have access to only one edge. Okay, so just click up to curve it up to 50, which is quite okay for me. All right, beautiful one. And then you have something like this. Now I can really tell that the stroke for the first rectangle is too big, so I think I'll go in for 2, which is quite beautiful. So let me see, something like this is nice for me. So you see, good. All right, then we go ahead and type. So I'll copy this, Ctrl J, bring it here, and then I'm going to write the theme: building systems for financial freedom. Building a financial freedom. So I'm going to move it up to this point. Okay, so I'm going to maintain it, then copy this again, and then this is going to be my theme. THEME, theme. Okay, so the theme, I'll change the color. Make sure your character is in, and then change the color to this particular. So put in this color code FF8900, FF8900. Go ahead and click OK. I'm not going to use the same font. The font that we are going to use is this particular font. We call it Pustekria Kita Regular. Yes. All right. So let's increase the font to somewhere like 16, which is quite okay. So 16 is okay, or it's fine for me. All right, beautiful. Okay, so we can even close the first rectangle. Okay, so the first one is too big. So before you do that, select your rectangle, and then now you can close the gap to this point. I think this is beautiful. And then now you can position the rectangle, the theme, together with the system. Okay, so I'm going to group the theme together with the financial class conference. Okay, conference/dinner. So I'm going to select that, select the, or better still, yes, select the 2 rectangle, select the theme, select this as well. Okay, so I have everything selected. Okay, I have everything selected, excluding the Invest Ghana Consult. Ctrl G, and then I can name this as theme. Okay, I can name this as theme. Let me bring the, yes, and then I'm going to align everything at the center here. Oh, everything is really aligned. Very beautiful. Okay, so the next thing that we are going to do is to bring in this, our image. Okay, the speakers. Okay, and how to do all of these things. All right guys, so before we bring in the images or the speakers, I would like us to edit the financial. I could see the financial, there is too much spacing in between them, so let's activate the character and go to VA. Okay, and then let's set the VA to -50. Is here. Okay, so let's close it, and then we can enlarge it. Okay, so that the financial will be a little bit bold. Okay, so something like this is fine. I think I like it this way. Okay, so this is okay, and then we can now close the, and what I said we'll be doing is for us to bring in the image. Okay, so go in for your rectangular tool, and then we are drawing the image. Okay, so I want the image to start from here. Okay, so let me draw it. Okay, it's too big. All right, so let me close. Yes, this is beautiful. So I like it this way. This is fine. All right, then what I'll do is it's okay for me. Then I would like us to create some rectangle here where we'll be writing the dates and then the time. Okay, over here. All right, very good. So this is where we will write the time and then the dates. Good. So absolutely beautiful. So I'll go ahead, copy this, bring it to this side. So I'm going to get 3 like this. You're going to get 3 rectangles. Very beautiful one. And then you're going to align these 3 rectangles. No, you are going to align, control and select everything, then align them. and then let's group them. Okay, Control A to align everything at the center like this. Okay, good. And then you select the first one. So the first person is going to be this. So let me bring it on Photoshop and resize it. Double click, create a clipping mask, right click and create a clipping mask. All right, very beautiful. I'm taking this opportunity to invite everyone to this. Okay, so you can even go ahead and make it big. All right, then the second person is going to be this wonderful man, and then scale it out. Double click, right click here, create a clipping mask. All right, so beautiful. Okay, and then the last one, I've removed the background already, so any of them you are good to go. Okay, yes, and then we are going to resize this, bring it here, resize it, double click, create a clipping mask, and it is in here. Very beautiful. Let's try to enlarge this more. Okay, so I think I like it this way. All right, then I want to change the color of this one, this rectangle. Double click here, and then we are going to pick this particular color. Okay, or you can maintain it, or pick the color from the shirt that he's wearing. Okay, so I think you can pick the color from there, which is quite deep. So let me go here. Yes, so something like this is fine for me. Okay, beautiful. So you see, so let's rename the, I think this is too big for me. So yes, I think this is okay. Yeah, then let's change the group name to images. Okay, images. All right, very good. And then the next one that we are going to do is to bring in their names, and after that we'll bring the rectangle that you see here. Okay, so let's bring in, the first one is Dr. Olumbidi, Dr. Olumbidi Emmanuel. Okay, so going for my text tool, we're going to use Monstrat throughout. Okay, so let's go in for Monstrat, and we are using Monstrat bold, and yes, I don't need the VA. Okay, so I want it to be in the middle. Okay, so Dr. So let's position it well and change the color of this manual here, and pick this particular color or the background color, or better still, you can pick the color here. Okay, good. Or yes, you can pick this particular color, FF8900. Okay, or just pick any color from this attack, and then you are good to go. All right, good. So I think I'm right. Dr. Olumidi. Okay, Olumidi. Okay, so once you are done with the names, you can go ahead and just make sure that they are aligned vertically. Neat one. Okay, so the next thing is to bring in this voice box. Okay, so what I'll do is that I will go in for my ellipse. Okay, create some round, yes, circle, very short one, and change the color, the fill color, okay, to yellow, this particular yellow. Position it well, something like this is okay. Once you are done with your ellipse, make sure that you select the ellipse, go to your resources. Okay, so I'll give you this microphone. Okay, so just drag it and bring it onto Photoshop. Okay, so let's zoom out and then make sure it is small. Zoom in. Okay, so I'm going to get something like this. All right, so yes, and we want to remove the white from this. So what we do is that come to your layer side, right click it, rasterize it, go and select your rectangular what to click on any part that you don't like and then delete. Okay, so click this white thing there. Okay, so still the white thing, so zoom in and then click on the white thing and delete it. Control D to deselect and then make sure that you resize it. Very beautiful. Okay, so you're going to get something like this. All right, so you could see over here that I made the microphone blue. Okay, so what we'll do is to go to your FX. So same, select the microphone, go to FX, go to color overlay. Okay, and we are going to choose the color from the background. Come to this side, click it, or pick any color from this side. Go ahead and click on OK. Okay, so once we are done with this, I would like us to group this and then very good, and then double click and copy this, click on any part of the edge before you can move, okay, to this part. All right, so it is only these speakers that we are going to give them. Then make sure you align them. Let's select the names as well, and then align everything in this order. Very good. So I want everything to be like this. Control minus Control O to zoom in to fit in. Okay, so this is beautiful. I think I like it this way. All right, then what I will do again is to bring the host. Okay, so with the host I'll go and copy this, the present, bring it down here. Okay, let me bring the host here, and then I'm going to write in the host. Okay, then the host, I'm going to give it a stylish, which I'm going to use the font that I use for the theme. Okay, here is it. Okay, that's the name of the font, Postica Guitar Regular. Okay, and let's increase the font to, so let's pick 12, which is okay. Change the color, let's pick any color from this side. All right, or let's pick the yellow. Okay, so I think we pick the color yellow from there. Okay, so something like this is okay. Then I would like us to so we are done. What is left for us is to bring in the date and then the time. All right, so let's zoom out. So beautiful. Okay, so I would like us to select the name and everything together with the mic, and then align them like beautiful. And then let's group everything and then name them names. Okay, very good. And then let's select the images and align them like this. I like it this way. Okay, so let's position everything perfectly. Okay, wow. So I'll select the names, select the images, and try to make it big. Okay, so this is what I'll do. Bring it down like this. Okay, that means I didn't add the hosts. Okay, I did not have to add the host to the names. Okay, so let's do that one quick. Let's enlarge it. Okay, something like this is okay. Then let's push it down. Okay, so double click to accept, break it down like this. I think this is okay. Then let's bring the white down. Let's select the invest Ghana and present is always the theme. Let's shift it down a little bit. Okay, so have something like this. And then what we'll do again is we have to bring in the date, okay, and then the time, the venue. Okay, let's do that one quick. What I will do is I'll go and copy the name. Okay, Invest Ghana Consult. Copy Control J and bring it down here, and then I'll change the color to blue. I'll pick the color from here. All right, you can see yes, and then go in and select black. Okay, I'm going to use black for it, and it is 12th of May. There will be a rectangle that I wrote the time. Okay, so this is going to be the time. Change the color to dark blue. Then I can go ahead and then I'll copy the Aliza Hotel, Ctrl J, and then bring it on top of, and then resize this, and then write the time is 4. Let me check the time. 4 to 8, 4 to 8 p.m. All right, 4 to 8 p.m. Let me bring it here, change the color to white. Let me pick the white here. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, then I'm going to align everything here together with the dates, align them horizontally. Okay, make sure that everything is aligned. Let me shift it up a little bit. Okay, then what next is to, let me enlarge it small. Okay, very beautiful. And then draw a rectangle which is going to be the ticket information. Okay, all right, let me zoom out. And this, I'm going to pick the color from this side. Okay, let me pick the color here. All right, very good. So you see the color, so or you can just pick the color from that tab. Okay, so something like this. Whichever way that you think you like, you can just pick the color from there. Okay, all right, so I think I like this. Okay, so I'm going to copy the Aliza Hotel, and then you can see the Aliza Hotel is under the rectangle, so I'll drag it on top of the rectangle at my layer side. Okay, and I'm going to change it to bold. Okay, and I'm going to write the ticket information over here. So it says that ticket information and registration. Going to reduce the size to something like 5. Okay, and change the color to white. All right, so yes, I think 5 is quite okay. Or let me enlarge the rectangle. Okay, so something like, let me enlarge the rectangle. Okay, so this is beautiful. Let me drag this up, down. All right, so beautiful. Okay, and let me continue with the number, so you can check the number out and then register. You can check the number out and register. Okay, so I think the font is too big, so let's pick something like 4, which is okay. So 4 fits in. I want us to change the color and deepen it very small. Let's change the color of the rectangle and make it something deep. Okay, so I think this is okay for me. Okay, so let's select the 2 rectangles, select the ticket, select everything here, select the time, and then group them and align them to the center. Very beautiful. I like it. Control minus to see if everything is perfectly arranged. Very neat. Okay, very neat. I like the work. Very simple. Okay, very simple. So what is left is for us to bring in this particular rectangle that you see. Of course, we are going to make it very quick one. So you can name this control, just and write date, time, and venue. Okay, date, time, and venue. I like to group my work, yes, so that it helps you to identify your work. So I want it to be on top of everything. Okay, so select rectangle, okay, and then you draw something like a rectangular box, okay, and then I'm going to change the fill color, or just I don't need a fill color, but I need stroke, okay, of white. Okay, I'm going to, yes, I need stroke of, let's say, something like 3, which is not bad. And then what I'm going to do is to rasterize and then go in for my rectangular tool and then cut this part off. So let me zoom in so that we see what we are doing. So cut this off, delete it, come to this side as well. So you see what is there. Come to this side, Control D, come to this side, and then you cut this one too off, Control D. Then what I did is to bring this down here. All right, so make sure that the up here is, the same. So something like this is fine. Then Control J to copy, and then you move it to this side, and this side you have to rotate it. So Control T, right click, and then rotate it, okay, and then make sure that it faces your left. So you just have to pay attention to it, okay. So something like this is beautiful for me, okay, very beautiful and simple. Control O, wow, very beautiful. So you see, here is it. So you see the work is done. Okay, so let's take away the rulers or the guide, and then we see our work. Let me push this one up here, okay, very beautiful. Let's bring the names down, okay, a little bit, okay, so something like this, and this is absolutely beautiful. The design looks beautiful and cute, very simple one. If you want to go ahead and reduce the image and the background too, you can go ahead. So when you are done, all that you need to do is to export your work. Go to file, go to export, go to export as. To change it to JPEG, you can set it to excellent or great, anyhow you want it. Then go ahead and click on export. We have already named it, so we are saving it onto desktop. Perfectly right, it is on desktop. So let's go to desktop and then check our work. Here is it. Double click it and you are good to go. So please, if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay, subscribe to push this channel up there. Absolutely beautiful. So we have our flyer, neat design, very simple. Okay, so let me see you in the next video. Bye.